welcome to Top Shift number 96. As you can see, I'm in a little bit of a pickle right here. I've been waiting for one of these for almost a year. It's never happened to me before. And I really should have used my EMP blocker at this point, because I'm knocked out. And there's a familiar call. And I must admit, as this is one of the first times this has happened to me, it's scary. Now, is that a basilisk or a cyclops? Judging by the fact it's a lot darker, I think that is actually a basilisk. And off he moves. I mean, I've come back online quite quickly, which is not too bad. No, I'm not going to get a scan on him. He's going to get away too quickly. And away he goes. There you go. Damn. So, ironically, that was one of the first times that's happened, and I didn't want it to because I was in a hurry to get to somewhere. But we'll just scan the wake anyway, because that's good data, and I could do with good data. Now, where I was heading is here. Now, this was being discovered recently. The Inara Trail has led finally to the resting place of one Commander Jameson. Now, for those of you who've been following the lore on, oh, too close. Look at that boost stop trick to stop you wanging into a planet just at the last second. There's Commander Adley Weiss, my co-presenter from Live Radio, and you'll notice he's highlighting a Cobra MK III, which is smashed into the ground there. Now, it does seem that if you follow the Inara Trail, which is all these bases, eventually it'll lead to this one, which is the latest discovery of how humanity dealt with the Thargoids the first time round. Now, as you can see, it's got smashed right into the planet's surface there. And a word of warning to anybody who does come out to here. It is a very rocky surface. It's very difficult to find somewhere to land to get the SRV out. Now, there are quite a few audio logs and beacons that are quite useful to have a drive round. As you can see, it's pretty difficult to land. Now, this is Commander John Jameson's ship. Now, there's a little bit of confusion here because John Jameson is the character that was originally put into Frontier First Encounters. His grandfather is supposed to be Peter Jameson, who was supposed to be the founder of the Pilots Federation, but yeah, it seems interesting that we found his ship here. Now what we'll do is we'll just do a little bit of jiggery pokerita. I was driving around there for about 10-15 minutes trying to find somewhere to land. And away we go. Into the Tron. Into the Tron's buggy. Quite a nice little resting place for him, I don't think. You'd think it had been chosen on purpose. And there's Commander Adley Weiss in his massive cutter. I think he was trying to knock me out, but yeah. Well, the same on live video. So, as we approach this, I'll take the opportunity to talk about a couple of other things. Now, at this moment in time, we've got 2 community goals in progress in order to get the big Class 3 weapons for the anti-Thargoids. Now, the thing is, I think one of them, the trade community goal, is not going too well at this moment in time. I don't know whether to set the bar very, very high. There's only about 250, less than 300 people taking part in it. So it does look like we'll get one of the 2 weapons, but if you've ever seen a basilisk or gone up against one, you'll find that we're probably going to need both the weapons that are strong enough to be able to deal with them. And these are only interceptors. Goodness knows what's coming later. Ooh, ow. We've got some somber music in the background there. Yep, everything seems to be okay. Let's carry on. Excuse me. Now, I've got a sneaking suspicion there will be, well, as has probably been revealed at this point, there are audio logs attached to this. And you can see there in the distance the familiar shape of a Cobra Mark III. Now the 2 community goals are effectively the trade one, which is extract Thargoid samples, for that which you'll need research limpets and that kind of thing. And the other one is a straightforward blow up as many Thargoids as you can. Now, as I haven't got a ship strong enough to take part in the latter, I've been desperately trying to to take part in the trade one. Unfortunately, it's a lot more difficult than I thought. So here's the first of the audio logs. Start downloading them. So far at the moment, 10 Inara bases have been discovered, and that's in addition to the Thargoid scout ship, which reminds you of the older elite gang, and of course this. Now, Commander John Jameson, he was supposed to be a pilot of quite some renown. Oops. Gonna get told off for that. There we go. Now you can actually see there's subtle differences in the design of the Cobra Mark III from here. Just subtle. Still got the massive engines at the back. Excuse me while I have a quick conversation with Ben. But I mean, the trade. I don't think I'm going to be able to reach it from here. Sometimes I've found it's easier to scan things using the turret, like so. There we go. Save me getting in close. That's how I managed to get the Thargoid scout scanned, because that was quite difficult to do. So yeah, I'm taking part in the trade CG, and now that someone's actually explained the technique for getting Thargoid samples, which I'll actually release in a future episode, it's a lot easier than I originally thought. The only problem was you need a ship that can take a bit of punishment. I don't think there's base level content for people who just want to just dab in and dab out. You've got to have a little bit of material behind you.
Hey there, kiddo. Now, I know I said I'd be coming home soon, but they've asked me to do something important. And I couldn't say no. I wanted to be there, believe me, but sometimes you have to make sacrifices. And well, this is one of those times. don't know if that makes much sense to you, but maybe it will do when you're older. Anyway, I thought I'd send you this log. I know it's not the same as being there in person, but it's the best I could do. I'm sorry. I'm not really supposed to talk about my mission, but if I'm going to miss your birthday, the least I could do is give you a good story. Consider yourself sworn to secrecy, soldier, okay? I'm sitting in the cockpit waiting for the all clear. They want to tinker with her for a while first, but they don't seem to have done any harm. All systems online, everything's looking good. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't feeling just a little jittery. I've fought bugs before, sure, but never more than one at a time. Flying up to one of their high shifts, well, that's a whole different story. Hell, I don't even know what I'm carrying. Classified, they said. All I know is it's designed to target the bug's hyperdrive so they won't be able to leave the system. Of course, if it doesn't work, I'm just kicking the hornet's nest. And that's why I've set my nav system to jump out as soon as I've deployed the payload. Can't be too careful. Wish me luck.
Now, ironically, most of the reaction's been he's gone, oh no, he's American. To be honest, I'm quite fine with this. It does have a kind of the right feel for the character. Now, for those of you who don't know at this moment in time, he's being prepped to deliver the mycoid virus to the Thargoids. So, you can imagine how this is going to go. So, with a kind of feeling of dread, I'll play the second one.
That was almost too easy. Thread my way past the perimeter, mask my heat signature so I could get close to the superstructure. I tell you, I've never seen a hive ship up close before. Doubt many people have. It was amazing, kiddo. Beautiful, really. Makes you realize just how smart they are, how advanced. I admit it. I hesitated for a moment before I hit the button. I had to remind myself it wasn't them I was attacking, just their technology. As if this mycoid virus of theirs even works. Oh, man. I watched the payload rocket into the belly of their ship and stuck around just long enough to make sure it hit home. Then I punched the throttle. Whoa! Whew! I'm coming home, kiddo. I'm coming home.
Now, the one thing that I must say at this point is I have been, all the way through this Inara storyline, I've been impressed by the voice acting. And each of the individual stations, they all add a fantastic atmosphere, giving a lot more flavour to the background of the lore. And I think the Thargoids have a right to be a bit annoyed with us.
We're supposed to target the hyperdrives. That's what they told me, just the hyperdrive, so we'd be safe again. So we could live without fear. Well, it did a hell of a lot more than that. There are sensors on the payload so I can monitor the reaction and make sure it activated properly. I'm staring at the data now. The weapon is lethal. They knew what it could do. They knew what it could do, and they used it anyway. How many have we killed? Thousands? Millions? God forgive us.
Now, ironically, if the Thargoids are insectoid and got a hive mind, then killing the individual drones isn't going to be that much of a problem. However,
got myself a bit of a situation here, kiddo. My guess is that they installed a program in my ship and set it to trigger after I deployed the payload. All my systems are dead. The controls are out. Can't even access the escape pod. And the ship is on a collision course. And there is nothing I can do about it. We need to inspect your ship, Commander. How did I fall for a ruse like that? Oh, God. Oh, I'm at least partly to blame. Gotten old, careless. I should have quit years ago. I guess I should have known they wouldn't be coming back. And the bugs are dangerous, no doubt about it. But, well, this is mass murder we're talking about. You can understand why they want to keep it a secret. I know some men wouldn't want to admit they've killed thousands of sentient beings. I guess the guys back at base think they're doing me a favor by burying me out here in the black. Personally, I'd rather people knew what happened, even if I didn't come out of it looking too good. I don't have much time. There's a big old plant in my viewport, and it's getting bigger every second. People will talk about what I did after I'm gone, the missions I flew, the things I accomplished. There's something I want you to remember. No matter what they say, whatever garlands they hang on my name, whatever they write in my tombstone, you were my greatest achievement. I love you, son.
So there you have it. It does seem that Commander Jameson, they called on Commander Jameson to deliver the final blow against the Thargoid hive ship. Now, there's an interesting thing. We haven't seen anything about a hive ship yet. We haven't even seen anything regarding the mothership, which was hinted at other logs. So there's a vast suspicion that there's a lot more to come as far as 2.4 is concerned. So we've only seen two of the big ships so far. So as I drive off and try and work out where the heck I've left my ship, I'll leave it for the moment and wish you all good night, and I'll catch you next time. Thank you.